Okay, I'm back. Okay. Are we set?
I think
Okay, I got the link.
Steve settled.
Mm. Yeah. He just posted the link right now. So they started the game, still. Are we live right now? I think it's no longer
I
here.
don't know if you can hear us or not.
I think we lost him.
Okay, looks like we are live. We kind of got off to a delayed start. I'm sorry to my co-casters because I was the only one who had my mic on, so I couldn't just like speak in the middle of the loading page. But yeah, we are live now with Oasiss versus Realm of Kings. Together, I'm joined by my co-casters Black Matter and Big Emmy. Why don't you say hi to the audience, Black Matter?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Black Matter here, and I'm sure most of you have already seen me and heard me cast before. But then again, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on the stream, still. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us. We also have Emmy up here. Why don't you say something to the audience?
Good evening, guys. I hope you guys are having a lovely night. If you know me well, I'm usually Spongo on the stream, and go ahead and drop a like. Thank you.
The God of Thunder who arrives very quickly. Yeah, we're seeing some pretty strong bans here. I'm not really sure what happened in the game one because this is a game two, but we're seeing a Hayabusa and Loi ban as well as a Glue and Fovius ban, and actually a Kimi first pick. So how do you feel about this, Emmy?
Uh, I think they probably have scouted each other's most proficient heroes, and that's why they're banning those. But we have the basic heroes that everybody wants to pick. Cecilion is open, Granger is open, Arit is open. Uh, Suyo is not really that meta again, but it's open, and they already picked Lucas and Sbog. I don't know how to feel about Black Matter.
Honestly, with the recent adjustment on Xbox Last Insanity, with the 14 spins rather than 7 spins, that is a significant upfront. But then again, they slash the damage. They always try to balance things in Mobile Legends, and I like the fact that they always strive for that. And then a Lucas jungle. That is something we don't get to see so often in tournament matches. I mean, I've seen it before in rank, and then we've also seen it. I've seen it before in classic matches. But then we can see this man responding here with the Joy Jungle. And Lucas Jungle against the Joy Jungle. This is sustained versus raw magic damage. And then we got the Lapu with the sustain as well, matching aura for aura there, EXP for EXP there. So honestly, it's a really nice lineup on the other side. But they might want to need some more frontliners, especially for Oasiss. I think they should go for more frontliners. But overall, still, what do you think this is you're seeing here?
Yeah, I love that you said that because before this game started we were just talking about how much that we hate the Zushin as a hero. The question is, if you could ban one hero, if you had two ban slots and you could ban two heroes, I would ban Zushin twice. But I'm actually surprised to see that Oasiss let this Lucas slip by. I know that he did get like a nerf recently, but I still feel that he's a pretty strong choice in the jungle here because there's just so much damage and CC and and sustain that this hero brings to the table, and often utilized counter versus someone like a Lucas is actually an Xbog because he can actually out sustain all that burst. But they've picked up the Xbog as well. So I have to lean towards the side of Realm of Kings simply because they have so much sustain here. and damage, and they just paired it with a Zushin that has, that's slow. But it's all actually going to depend on how Frown can cancel out this Zushin to make sure that she doesn't get a lot of those CC pullbacks on the side of Oasis. But Emmy, what do you think about this draft?
Your team is picking.
I think I would favor Realm of Kings draft too, because they picked up what's the name, Irito against the Kimi, which is a very good counter against Kimi, because is that to keep track of Irito if she's using sprint. Kudos, how do I put it? Respect to Quest. I think Bucky would understand what I mean by that.
I mean, the sprint actually does have that slow immunity, which kind of weakens the Kimi. But we're seeing a Matilda and a Granger pick here. I don't know what you feel about these picks, Black Matter.
Honestly, there's a lot of mobility on Oasis. We've got the Circling Eagle on the Matilda, we've got Rondo on Granger, we've got Laplapu's bravest fighter with the Jungle Warrior, and we've got the Beats of Joy on Joy. So that's a lot of mobility they pack there for Oasis. I don't know where these guys are going to, but definitely they want to be faster than Hylo's glorious pathway, because that slow is going to come against them. They need to be able to navigate that, especially against that Jusine. You're just talking about this Emmy, you are forced to use your mobility skills when you see starts a lantern flare. So that's something that Oasis have in mind, and they want to work against that. They want to make sure that, okay, you have a Jusine, but we have a lot of mobility, so your lantern flare is not a problem. We let that ban slip, but we're not going to pay for that in the main game itself.
I don't know about picking Granger right after they picked Irito, because Irito kind of counters Granger too. But I think it's all about confidence and skill level actually. If the Granger is very good, then he's going to be able to handle himself well. And let's get into the game and see what these guys are for us.
Oh, they got a double retribution. Vortex and Shiggy.
Oh,
wait, what?
Wow, that's bad.
Oh,
Off to a rough start here with a double retribution.
yeah. That was probably a build. If you swap build late into the draft, it changes your spell into whatever the build has on it. So I think that's the issue right now, and I don't think they are requesting. They are not requesting for a start.
That doesn't look like
That is up to the referee.
request. That's a
Like,
pause
is there any
request.
pause rule or? Oh, okay. They can actually request for a restart, right? Is there any rule like that? Is there any rule that supports that?
I'm not sure if they're actually trying to request for a restart here with that cry emoji, but the restart request is actually a thumbs up. We have a referee in the lobby right now, so I'm going to actually leave it to the referee's discretion to see what he decides here. But right now, this isn't actually looking good for the side of Realm of Kings, because we all know that they got this recent nerf on the, not so recent though, but they did nerf the amount of experience that junglers can get from minion waves in the early game. So he's basically just fighting his lane opponent at a disadvantage here, and like until maybe 8 minutes in the game, it's just a major disadvantage to be had right now.
Yeah, it's too big of a disadvantage, and I think it's up to the 5th minute. I think that's when he can be able to get the gold and EXP, and it's going to be solo on his lane. But I don't know how that is going to play out, because the 5 minutes lead on the opponents, and especially when the opponents are Oasis, is going to be very rough for them. We have a gank coming up here.
Yeah, definitely gonna be rough. The Ekisteriota will engage with that storm, but trying to follow up, but will get out of there. Unfortunately, the last insanity finds the best plus Smile takes the double on the gold lane. Smile still with that Prince of Joy, heading towards the turtle right now. Oasis off to a good start in this match. I love the fact that Smile knew that, okay, my target was that marksman, and we need to make sure that Iritel doesn't get the advantage against the Granger and the Granger as well, racking up that first kill on the gold lane, getting the gold advantage against the retail. That's something that I really love about Oasis. Taking advantage right now. They've taken the total and they're trying to force an engagement right there. But then Alfie not giving them the green light yet. This Matilda not having that positioning enough for them to carry out that invade. Smile as well, wanting. Oh, there's a pause.
Oh,
Okay,
looks like there's a
we've got a
pause.
pause.
The referee might have
Yeah.
actually just
I
Yeah,
think to I don't think there's two ways this is going to go. It's going to go Oasis way because they are a very good team and this is high tier gameplay. We have Granger, which is probably going to snowball on the effect that they're not going to be able to protect the fact that their EXP is also a jungler. But I think to grant a restart, the ref is supposed to pause three times consecutively. That will give them to go ahead to surrender, and then they can restart. But let's see what's going to happen here. The match is resuming.
yeah. Definitely, let's look at that mid lane getting hot there though. But Matilda, Rockstar, Alfie finding that ancestral guidance to gain that mobility advantage there. But on the mid lane, the lantern flare. You see, just poking so hard right now. We talked about this. There's the second pause from the ref. I think that's the chance for them to actually surrender. One more,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah. Just I think that's one more. But as you can see, I mean, look at Gossip. That I'm not letting that to pass through my banning face. I will always ban that. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, definitely not dealing with that. Aegon will try to poke there. Slow with the Queen's Rod. There's the spam recall from Mlbb. Both our team fight. Crimson Beacon comes and traction ball from the Kimi as well. Last Insanity pops out, loses the Firaga armor. But Rockstar Alfie not finding the technique right now. Close away comes out. Rockstar Alfie not wanting to poke there. Aegon, then Mr. Kisariota trying to tag as much damage as possible with the ticking blood. But Aegon will force that retreat there. Flow trying to come in with the bravest fighter, but not fighting that through though. Not willing to commit to that fight. It's a full-on retreat. I don't think the Realm of Kings are really wanting to engage right now. It's not looking so good. But then again, what do you think about our brief engagement there? That was almost close. Rockstar Alfie nearly died, Emmy.
I think we all know Alfie is a very playful guy. He loves taunting enemies and all that. But again, I noticed that Realm of Kings are not surrendering. So I don't know if they know the rules or not. And I would say this to any other team that is out there: please go to the Discord and read the tournament rules. They are supposed to surrender immediately after this third pause. So if they don't do that, then that's definitely on them, and whatever issue that they come up with later is going to be debunked.
yeah, if they do not surrender after this,
They're
paying
definitely
from
going to
this
be debunked. But then
disadvantage.
the turtle has spawned. Shege. Yeah. Oh my
Wow, wow,
goodness.
wow.
Yeah, not having a chance to use the previous fighter. The electrifying beat comes down. Rockstar Alfie not happy in the cycling eagle, but the last Insanity will fall. Crimson Beacon as well coming out from the juicing, trying to get those stacks there. But oh, this Kimi is causing a lot of havoc. Takes him down, gets a Ryota. Next on the chopping back as well. Dragon Knight flickers out just before that could become lethal. Wow, that was impressive. I don't think these guys want to surrender. I think they love the fights. I think they love the action. And I love the fact that Shege is really taking advantage of that retribution and just farming and say, okay, look, we've got a Lucas on the retry as well, but I'm still going to do my thing. I don't think Realm of Kings are surrendering still. I don't think they're going to surrender.
Yeah, it looks like they've decided
Yeah.
against
I
it.
about the rule that if the ref was, yeah. Anyways,
Well, the gold lane is getting slightly heated here right now. Aegon will have the advantage. 3-man gank against this Granger here. We'll play it safe though. Sele on the gold lane. It's a brilliant engagement there, but we'll forsake that tech. Traction ball comes in from the old wife, but then a dangerous position. Aegon taking the blood. Will tank so much damage from the Jet Sonata, but Sele not willing to push that through. There comes the electrifying beast from Smile. Aegon tries to navigate that one. Nearly falls, but gets out with a low HP. Gets a Riota trying to attack as much damage with the taking blood. But then the Crimson Beacon and the Lantern Flare making it difficult for them to secure that tier 1. Sele trying so hard to take that one down. It's not looking so good for Royal Realm of Kings. They're playing it defensive at this point. They really need to make sure that they surrender. They're not at an advantage right now. I think not knowing the rules is really affecting them still.
There's
and I
only
think we
so
can
much
see the
time.
effect of the revitalize. It's kind of OP right now because. Go ahead.
What I'm picking up is that there is actually some sort of audio delay between me and my fellow casters. That's why this has happened on repeat. But looks like there's a fight that's springing out in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely you will fight spring out in the mid lane. Vortex gets a double with retribution, now holding him back by enemies. Aegon though, almost half HP, but we'll go for that objective, that total up there. Realm of Kings having the advantage, double rectory on their side. They can't afford to miss this one. But then Oasis, knowing that their Roma is not available, Shake will take that one though for Realm of Kings. But Kise Ryota, this positioning on the mid lane, trying to defend the tier 1 for Rockstar, supporting Sele on the mid lane. The Lantern Flare comes in. Rockstar tries to get out of there with their extra guidance. Smile gets a killing spree though. On the mid lane one more time. Kise Ryota on the mid, tries to defend the tier 1. They might just push for that invade there. But Frau coming in as well, having the bravest fighter available. Not really to use it though. Uses the Justice Blade on the purple buff instead. They're trying to invade the jungle. Oasis knows that they need to take advantage of that advantage they have. I mean, I said the word twice because truly though, having a double red trade, is that an advantage or not? But then that finds 2-man immobilized though in the mid lane. Then Sonata's coming in from Sele, still trying to push that tier 1 by all means, because they know that if they take down that tier 1 on the mid lane, they can open up the map even more for more vision around there. But we can see Frau on the EXP lane here trying to push those lanes. The Oasis knows that wave management is something that can give them an advantage in this game. Don't really know if that's going to give them an advantage. Lantern Flare from the Jusine on the mid lane though. Kise Ryota not willing to commit to that one. Lord Wife there. But we'll get pulled back. Rockstar Alfie gets out of there before that could become lethal. More Lantern Flares from this Jusine. Dragon Knight 2K doing what a Jusine should. Just being aggressively annoying on that mid, defending their tier 1 by all means. Back on the mid lane one more time. Kise Ryota still trying to tank as much damage as possible for the Taking Blood. The Taking Blood is already stacking on HP right now. Rockstar Alpha will try to poke. Smart gets like mega kill on the Irithel on the other side, but we can see Kise Ryota. Kise Ryota right now is really trying to be a front line, but Shake, Sacred Eagle, but will pull out just before he could enter the turret. The Lord will spawn soon. And Realm of Kings really need to make sure that the double rectory really speaks for them in that contest. Just wanting to take and invade the jungle instead. Take the tier 1. That's what matters. The objectives, the turrets, and the lords. That's what matters. Who gets the bits of joy for the mid lane? Frau on the mid lane there. Not having the bravest fighter, but not willing to use it yet. The Crimson Bacon and the Lantern Flare comes out. Frau not still willing to engage there. Rockstar Alfie not giving him the signal. Shake against back the Faraga armor. Lantern Flare more on there. But then again, he's getting through attack. He's a real attack. Taking so much damage from the death. So that's one more shot. Rockstar Alfie will finish that off as Lucas unleashes the beast and punishes Frau as he engages in the second turret of the mid lane. The Lord will approach from the other side as Oasiss pushes the opposite lanes as they understand that wave management is crucial for their victory. But with the way they're playing Emmy, what do you think about Oasiss control? They have a really good control on this map. Let's hear from you, man.
I think the way they know for a fact that they need to drop that tier 1 turret. I'm talking about dropping it, they just dropped it. And that is what they have been trying to do since morning. And Zushin was the one that was holding them back.
Yeah, definitely holding them back there. Last Insanity coming in from Shake. The Glorious Pathway as well, dropping those slows, releasing those dead Sonata Sele. As there the Vortic Force comes in, but that immobilized not enough to take down Kiseriota. That ticking blood is tanking a lot of damage for these Hylos here. The King of the Centaurs, his mission is still to protect lives as he is in this match. But then we can see Rockstar Alfie here invading the jungle, supporting Sele there. The Glorious Pathway is no longer available, so they cannot make those sudden ganks anymore. One more time, still on cooldown though, but we'll still find one more invade. Rockstar Alfie not finding there, but a brutal team fight. Smile finds one with electrifying beast, but gets the dangerous position, but gets out there. Rockstar Alfie with the cycling eagle gets that immobilized there. Lord wipe, dangerous position, last Insanity comes in as he unleashes the Faraga armor, loses that one, but takes down the objective. Sele poking with Rhapsody and the Dead Sonata as well. Slows coming in handy as he gets out before that could become lethal. Wow.
I think we can both see what I was. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you can see another one there. This one not relenting there. The Raging Slash, the king of the Doricans, is still in the business of dominating and defending Perlas. I love the fact that Frau, is not really, overextending, and it's not really like, okay, he waits for the signal on, Alfie. Alfie has to like give him the green light and say, okay, look, bro, I'm gonna engage and you just follow up and support me and stuff. I love that fact that he's doing that so far, so good.
They have a very good communication system and they have a lot of synergy. We can see that is very evident.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. But then again, it's getting pretty brutal up there. We can see Kiseriota uses the cross pathway, but we'll get out of there. Raging Slash comes in from this Labu. But then again, last Insanity followed by there, releases the beast. Lucas still in the middle of everything, but the Vortex Force comes in. Kiseriota taking so much damage, this get out there, but the Death Sonata's fine too. Still next on the chopping block. Aegon will get out of there, but the electrifying beast. No willing to follow that through. Smile will get out of there. The Lord is more important than that kill as they operate, as they head through for the objective. Sele starting the objective though. The mid lane still trying to push that through. Oasiss understands that if they can simultaneously take down the Lord and push the waves, it will be in their favor. But then again, Aegon getting out of there. Emmy, did you see how Aegon ran for his life?
You can see the fact that the old Realm of King lineup is built around the Zushin, because once the Zushin died, they were able to push the tier 1 in the mid and then the tier 2, and then in all the team fights that were happening, you can see that the Joy is going for the Zushin, because he knows he is the one causing the most problem in the team fight. So once they can take down the Zushin, they can pick off the rest one by one, and then we have Lucas going for Kimi at the back, but he is not able to kill her.
Yeah, definitely not able to kill that. Gross pathway comes in from Kiseriota trying to frontline though, as the Roma that he is. Rockstar Alfie not willing to use the cycling eagle. Yeah, Juicy with the Crimson Beacon. Front wipe takes down the tier 1 on the inhibitors though. Shaker still poking with the Faraga armor. Last Insanity available, not willing to use it though. Kiseriota doesn't have that glorious pathway anymore. Aegon losing the heavy crossbow as well, so not much DPS there. For Realm of Kings, they're at a disadvantage right now, so that would be a good time to engage. Frau, yeah, with Justice Blaze, with Jungle Warrior trying to get out of them for that to become lethal. Dragon Knight seeing sights though. He might push for that kill there with the Bravest Spider, but still uses the Jungle Blaze. Justice Blaze instead uses the Homeland Defender, gaining that shield there Frau. Still waiting for that signal there from Alfie. Alfie not giving it though. Smile will invade the jungle. They have dominated the jungle of the realm of King. Oasis still there, but the immobilized comes in from the Kini. Honestly, this guy, this EXP really knows what he's doing. He's just poking right now, Amy.
We have Alfie here, taunting.
Yeah, definitely Alfie here. Glorious pathway comes in for the last insanity. They will flicker out. That retribution is costing Shege some mobility. He loses the Faraga armor, but the Death Sonatas Aegon takes one hit for him. That could have been lethal if he had taken that one. Vortex, though, still being the front liner for his team. It's a real time he's down. So he's left for the EXPs to defend and frontline the engagements. Sorry, what were you saying at me?
I was talking about the fact that there was a bit of a miscommunication on Oasis' part because Alfie taunted them and then he went out back, but the EXP thought he was trying to engage, so he went in and then they all had to follow him in, and then that caused the issue because they were supposed to drop that inner turret on the top lane. So I think they need to fix that issue of communication on their end and know when Alfie is taunting and when he is actually ready to engage.
Yeah, definitely should know that too. Alfie giving vision here. There uses the ancestral guidance for that mobility, but Alfie, a little bit of an overextension. Doesn't get punished enough though. The Lord will respond soon. I don't think this is a good time to engage Alfie. Dragon Knight still with the lantern flare, but the Cycling Eagle comes in from Alfie. There's the signal. Sele will try to push though. The Death Sonatas not willing to use them. The Lord is getting taken by Smile. Brilliant decoy they're making there from the front lines. The electrifying beat is ready. Smile uses it against Volta, but the flash step will get him up there. Unleashes that beast, but the revitalized from Alfie is making it difficult. Sele takes him down, punishes him there. Already coming in, Vortex impulse, but no one is caught in it. Aegon will get out of there before that could become lethal. Frown will recall though as Smile takes the pop over from the enemy jungle.
I think we can see the effect of the double victory on the enemy team now, because even the Lucas that just died now, he could have escaped if only he had a flicker, or he would have survived longer if he had a spell like a vengeance or even a revitalize. He would have held on longer enough for his team to cover up for him, and then he would be able to retreat. But once he went in, he knew there was no way out again.
Yeah, definitely knowing that it was no way out again. The Lord will approach. The Smile comes in, dives in. Ooh, Smile, the damage on this joy. I don't really know what this guy is actually even comes in from Rockstar Alfie. There's the signal as they revenge one more time. Sele gets caught in the flash step, but the shockwave blast does not take him out. That shield from the Matilda saves him from his death grip. Wow. My goodness, I really love the fact that was a close call for Sele though. That was a very close call.
I like the fact that they are able to hold on even though they are at a clear disadvantage and they are way behind in gold. They are 9k behind in gold right now. And that is quite a lot. But Irritel is starting to dish out a lot of damage, and we should be seeing a lot of things from our hand. I mean, look at that damage she just dealt.
Yeah, damage is dead. 2 man for 46 Rose but gets taken down immediately by Sele. 2 man down, 3 man down. Realm of Kings crumble.
And that is a wipeout.
Wow. As Oasis has risen in Nigeria, they take game 2.
Realm of Kings shouldn't have stepped out that far because they didn't have any outer turret or inner turret. The only thing that was left was the base. They should have just held on to that, defended, and waited for a mistake from the side of Oasis. But then they decided to step out of their comfort zone, and they got punished for that.
Yeah, they got punished. It was a very. I like the fact that you notice that how when the Hylos realized that okay, look, there was a lot of damage that was taken. And the Taking Blood can't take this much damage, especially Sele. Sele was releasing so much damage, like the Dead Sonatas. My goodness, look at this KDA. 10.05, 11.0 remark. That is crazy. Especially on a Granger fully built. And then, Hylos only has the Radiant Armor. And and just basically the Ares belt. So not much HP there. The Taken Blood tried to stack HP easily for him right from the earlies, but you cannot tank so much damage. There's just a lot of penetration on this Granger. We've got the Sea How Bird, the Hunter Strike, we've got the Malefic Roar. So there's not really much he can take. And when he wanted to escape, he got killed. And Alfie just made that signal. They pushed for it and they ended the game. Oasis knows what to do and when to do it.
I think the Granger I mentioned it earlier on because the thing is a skilled matchup, and the fact that they had a double retry was inhibiting their ability to keep up with the enemy gold and their prowess, and the fact that Granger was able to snowball, and then he knew for a fact that he was snowballing, and that's why he went full damage build, and yeah, you can see how that ended. Well, he dealt the highest damage, 29% damage. 112,605. That is a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot. I'm seeing the comments right now. So far saying, someone says, "Oh, Tom go to inside."
Settle things down with the duel.
Oh my goodness! So in case you guys don't know, this is what I normally do. That's my role in casting. So Emmy's role here is analysis. So that's why he's basically talking at a tone that you guys normally know. And my role here is team fight casting. And there's no way I can cast team fight without raising my voice. So to give the passion, the intensity, for you guys to feel the team fight as we are seeing it ourselves. So that's how it works. Okay. For you guys that are saying, I can see some other comments there and stuff. So he said, no, I'm not gonna be calling Filipino names. Someone said something funny there. But yeah, I think Stu is back on. So I don't know if there's gonna be another game. But what do you think, Emmy?
I think we have to wait for Stu. I don't know who won the former match, the one that we missed, the first match, but I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a third game, because if there was a third game, Stu would have invited us, unless he's having technical issues or something.
Yes, that would be GG's. I realized that there was some sort of audio delay between when I spoke and when you guys heard me, so I felt for the sake of the streaming was just best I just kept my mouth shut and let you guys do all the commentary as to not cause any confusion. But yeah, that would be the game for this series. They actually started game 1 before we joined them to stream. I have shout out to everyone in the comments out here. This is just the start. More OP streams to come, and just so you know, we have my co-host with me, Big Emmy, the one that's actually on the analysis and the game theory. Then we have Black Matter on the team fights, the one that needs a cold drink of Fanta and Tom Tom after this, because there was a time that I actually thought that he was choking and like he tore some vocal cords, but like it seems like he's all right. So thank you all for showing up. Make sure you show and like the stream, comment, and see you again tomorrow 10 p.m. Do you guys have any words for the audience? If you go first, Emmy.
I don't think I have anything to say, but you always meet us here by 10 p.m. every other day, and we're going to be streaming and we're going to be providing our best ability to you guys. Black Matter.
Okay, so I just want to say to you guys that are surprised that Teamfight Cast, Nigeria is not exactly one that's big on esports, so it's not really. It might be a bit of a shocker to you guys, but what I'll just tell you is get used to it. Okay, this is what Mobile Legends esports is all about, and like they said, I'm Black Matter, and I'm glad to have you on the stream here. Thank you for having me, Stu. Thanks for having me, Emmy, and I'll see you guys some other time. That'll be tomorrow, right? That's if we have stream tomorrow. So with that being said, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.